Thank you. As Dr. Galea mentioned in his presentation, there are 3 best buys on alcohol policy. These are on pricing, on availability, and on marketing. Our next presenter will cover the area on marketing. Mr. Wim van Dalen is the director of the Dutch Institute of Alcohol Policy and president of the European Center for Alcohol Monitoring, almost like European watchdogs on marketing. Please, Wim.
Thank you. Is this functioning like this? Thank you very much, and thank you all that I can have a presentation about marketing. I have to use this one. I'm representing NGOs, and I think NGOs are important to have their own say in the development of policy. And we are more specialized in marketing. We do it on national level, and we do it also on European level. And I want to invite also other NGOs to become a part of the UCAM network, who is a research network about marketing. Thanks also to the European Commission, who gave us the opportunity to implement all kinds of projects on marketing. So we know a lot now together. We know about regulations, what is effective, what is not effective. We know about impact on young people, and that impact is concrete and proven. The last research we're doing now is on impact on ex-addicts. Alcohol marketing has also an impact on people with alcohol problems. It's easier, you can see that it's for them difficult to have all those marketing practices, see these on TV, etc. And it's important not only to listen to people, but also to listen to researchers and to do this kind of research. I have 2 statements to begin with, and I can also end with these statements. If you do not monitor alcohol marketing, you have not any clue, especially as an adult person, what is really going on in the marketing field. And if you don't monitor systematically, science-based, you cannot impress policymakers. You need to do it on a scientifically base. There's a lot of marketing. It's not so, for you, you all know the marketing. And if you're involved in this topic, and you're really involved, you will see marketing, of course, every day. Every day you see it, and you realize more and more how impactful marketing can be. On TV, of course, on billboards. Price marketing in supermarkets. Supermarkets are the most important channel, more important than bars and more important than discotheques. Point of sale is just one of the marketing tools. Sponsorship, all over sponsorship. Professional football is not anymore possible without the funding of the alcohol industry. Do you hear that? Football, Champions League, is not more possible without the support of the alcohol industry. And not only sports, also music festivals, fashion, movies. It's all over. Young people see it. Maybe you do not see all these examples of marketing, but young people see all these examples. Branding, merchandising, product design. Look to the products, how well and clever they are designed to attract, although what's in that products are almost more or less the same, alcohol. Also, where young people are coming, alcohol is available. Marketing is very, very all over visible. On the Olympic Games, Heineken has a specific Holland House, where all the winners are received in the context of alcohol marketing. internet is not so easy visible. Of course you can see it, you can look to it, but you have no any clue of what young people can see day by day on internet, and also on Facebook, for example, which has very good contracts with all the big brands. CSR means corporate social responsibility, is a new tool, well, not so new, of course, but it's still a new, rather new tool of the industry to also do marketing in terms of education. Alcohol industry is a partner, more or less, at least a partner in the view of a lot of people, on the education field. They offer education activities, but on the other hand, it's for them a marketing tool, to be invited on the policy table, to have a good image, to receive a good image for the public. And we have a lot of examples, many examples of where the industry is active in the field of education. One example is interesting. It's from the Dutch Heineken, well known for all of you, I guess, who did a campaign called Know the Science. And if you look through this campaign, in the first impression it's positive, okay. But if you look through the campaign, you see that the message behind this campaign is that alcohol is not a problem, but the persons who use it, these are the problem, those people are the problem. The characters of the users, you have to study these. So it's always good to look through the campaign, not only to the first impressions. Well, this is the main answer to be answered. Does marketing influence young people? The message of this slide is yes, we know it now. It has a very concrete influence. The answer is yes for tobacco. The answer is yes for food, the energy-dense food, and the answer is yes for alcohol. Also, the European Commission asked the science group, it's a group of scientists, to have a good overview, to make a good overview of all the information about the impact of alcohol marketing. Peter Anderson was also in that group. And they make a review study of all what we know so far about the impact. And especially longitudinal studies are important. Studies over a longer period to see if the behavior of especially young people are influenced by alcohol marketing. And the clear answer was yes. Most of the studies were very convincing. They analyzed 13 studies with 38,000 young people, and the conclusions were there. Young people who are more exposed to alcohol marketing start earlier with drinking, and they drink higher quantities of alcohol at one occasion, and they consume alcohol more frequently. So the impact is, in that report, very clear, proven. But what about the new methods, the new ways of targeting young people? And there is a new European study going on, the Amphora study, who is showing that also the more modern tools, the digital tools, have impact on young people. We did a study in Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Poland, and it's not yet finished, but the first impressions are clear. And you can see here the impact of those digital kind of media. 1 out of 3 of the researched young people received promotional emails from alcohol brands. 1 out of 5 looked at a website for alcohol marketing brands. 1 out of 5 downloaded a mobile phone or a computer screensaver. And 1 out of 3 used a profile page on social media, like Facebook. So it's impressive how easy young people can be targeted by the social media. And this is an overview of the impact, the relation between the use of these media and the drinking levels. We're still studying at the moment the impact on the long term, but this is already the relation between first the confrontation with the sound of social media and the drinking level of the young people. And you see, especially looking at websites from alcohol brands has an impact on the quantity, is a relation at least with the quantity of drinking. And also downloading mobile phones or computer screensavers has a strong relation, significant relation with the amount of alcohol young people consume. How much time I still have? 2 minutes? I have 15 minutes. Okay, I go very fast to this. We know a lot about regulations. We studied the regulations in Europe, and the simple conclusion is there are many, many regulations. There is a lot harmonizing to do. It's good to realize that most of the regulations are, or you have volume-based regulations, regulations who try to restrict the volume of marketing, the number of advertisements, for example, and you have regulations that focus on the content of the advertisement practices. And you see that in that overview that the legal regulations, the statutory regulations, are mainly focused on volume. So, and we discovered by research that volume-based regulations that try to restrict the number of advertisements, the volume, are the most effective. And the most logical one seems to be the time ban. That means to restrict the hours that alcohol marketing can be broadcasted by TV and radio. And I give you an overview of the countries who has a kind of a time ban. And I like to explain, but I have no time for that, that a good time ban is not found on all places. Some time bans has no effect, and some time bans are good. So you have to think as a government about if you want to use a time ban, you have to realize that some time bans can easily be avoided by the alcohol industry. And we have an example in my own country, in the Netherlands, where we have a time ban in 2009 that it's not allowed anymore to broadcast alcohol marketing between 6 a.m. and 9 o'clock in the evening. And the answer of the alcohol industry was to treble the number of advertisements after 9 o'clock. And as a result of that, young people were even more confronted with alcohol marketing after the time ban than before the time ban. So if you want to have an effective time ban, you have at least to go to 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. You have to research these kind of things. You have to know the exposure data, and these data are available, are rather expensive to buy, but you have these concrete data to know which kind of time bans are effective. Well, I will finish with some words about self-regulation. Self-regulation is a rather well-known instrument of alcohol industry and also of food industry. And in fact, it means that the industry can write their own regulation relating to alcohol marketing. But the concrete results are rather limited. And we have studied in some projects the impact of self-regulation. And in general, you see that the self-regulation are a rather soft tool. Self-regulation is mainly about the content, and self-regulation is, if you really want to restrict the impact of alcohol marketing, absolutely not sufficient. I give you one example. We did a lot of complaints against against marketing examples, and I give you one example that illustrates very good the soft impact of self-regulation, and that's my last slide. Not my last slide, but then I stop. Alcohol advertising, the self-regulation is formulating like this, that alcohol marketing may not have the impression that drinking improves sexual success. So it's very concrete. So if you looked at this example. It's a concrete example. What you see, this guy in the middle, is that a successful guy in terms of sexual success? Well, it seems to be logical for all of us. And we put a complaint against this example. And what was the answer of the official committee? This is no suggestion of sexual success. This is only a metaphor for 1 part Bacardi and 4 parts of tonic. So this is an example. I have more examples. And it also illustrates that if you are complaining against the content of advertisements, you will have an endless debate with all the people from the industry and the people of the committees. So the conclusion is, if you really want to save young people, to protect young people against the impact of alcohol marketing, you better can focus on the restriction of the volume, like it is the case in Norway, like it is the case in France, like it will be the case in Finland. We will hear more concrete details the coming period. And I'm very pleased that more and more countries realize that restricting the impact of volume of marketing is the best way to protect young people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Wim. I'm sorry we couldn't hear the rest of your presentation, but we'll